Alright, today I'm going to be looking at a certain genre on YouTube called the animated Storytime channels. I'll use that name for now, but in general, people tend to just call it trash. The reason I say this is because most of these channels are run by some kind of company, and the animation is very low quality. Not only that, but they've been seen to clickbait with both their titles and thumbnails, and they've even stolen stories from Reddit. In the meantime, I'm gonna have some unturned gameplay going on in the background, mainly so that you guys don't have to suffer and see any more of the animated stories than you have to. So a lot of these animated Storytime channels seem to have an obsession with pregnancy, and I would be concerned if a lot of these weren't fake. So today we're going to be looking at this absolute masterpiece here. My bear got me pregnant. Alright, let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Britta, and I'd like to tell you how my big teddy bear got me pregnant. Sounds absolutely insane, doesn't it? I'd like to tell you how that actually came to happen. Even if you might not believe it at first, it'll end up making sense in a twisted way. Believe me.
Alright, first of all, I don't believe you. And second of all, I call clickbait. I came here to learn about a real-life bear that nutted some walls, if you know what I mean. Not about some sicko that banged a teddy bear.
My parents always were really overprotective and didn't allow me to go to parties or anything of the sort, so I didn't get much freedom until I actually moved out to college. I got a scholarship, and my parents helped me pay for the dorm I was living in.
Yo, no one cares. This has nothing to do with the story.
He knew a few cool memorizing techniques, which he taught me, and it made studying so much easier. The thing is, he also was super into pranks, and that wasn't so cool. He would wake me up in the middle of the night with these creepy voices, and laughed whenever I screamed. Do you know that kind of prankster that paints the floor with butter just to see you stumble to the floor? Yeah, well, that was Bran.
Alright, so her boyfriend was doing something that she didn't like. Why didn't she say anything about it? If she found it so annoying, she could have just communicated with him.
Perhaps I should have taken that as a warning sign, instead of just shrugging it off and thinking it was no big deal. Bran was also the kind of guy who loved to surprise his girl in nice ways. Whenever he got any extra money from his parents or a bonus at work, he'd buy me super sweet gifts. Oh, you should have seen the gorgeous ring he got me once, and all the pretty dresses.
Gold digger.
And once, well, he got me this big, white, fluffy teddy bear.
I thought the teddy bear was supposed to be white. Also, I can see where this is going, and I don't like it.
You keep making these terrible pranks, and it's getting worse every time. You've told me you're going to quit 1,000,000 times, and you never do. So, I think it's best if we broke up. I hope that we can still be close after this, but as a couple, we just aren't working out anymore. Well, that was when we obviously broke up. He didn't take it too well, but after a while, it seemed he accepted it.
Well, at least she finally confronted him. It was a little extreme to break up with him, but at least now she can settle.
So anyway, John and I started going out. It was amazing. With him, I learned what true love really was about.
Wow, that was quick. And she claims they're in love, too.
Well, the thing is, Bran still had the key to my apartment. I never thought to ask it back, and figured he would just throw it away or something. He didn't. And you won't believe what he did next. One night, John and I came back into my dorm. I didn't know Bran was there, hiding. I'd find out about it many months later.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty screwed up. I've been criticizing the main character a lot, but what this guy did is legit illegal.
At least we both knew where our relationship was heading. I was so happy and kissed him, holding him tight. We were intimate that night, and John slept over afterward. 3 months later, I discovered I was pregnant.
Man, her ex is really a creep. Like, come on, man, go on Pornhub or something. It's free, and you don't have to sneak into your ex-girlfriend's apartment to watch her and her fiancé smash.
I was with John, and he got me pregnant, right? Wrong. It was around that time that Bran sent me a text message. He hadn't been talking with me at all over the past few months, so I found it weird. I had figured he simply didn't want to remain friends after all, you know? When I read the text, I went so pale, believe me. I couldn't believe what he had sent me. Bran explained that he had snuck into my flat multiple times using the key I had given him. He even saw Jon propose to me.
Oh yeah, this definitely looks like the reaction someone would have when they hear the news that their ex was stalking them. I mean, really, could they not have been bothered to put in the effort to make it look like she was shocked or scared? Well, obviously not, since these companies don't put any effort at all into their videos. And that's saying something, considering this is coming from a girl that's recording in her closet after playing Unturned. It's just that you would expect more from a company that claims to do animation.
So he snuck into my dorm again the very next night and actually got inside the big teddy bear he had given me. Can you believe it wasn't really a gift, but part of an elaborate plan?
Again, why the hell does she look so happy?
The teddy bear was big enough for him to fit inside it, and the idea was that he'd slip into it one night and wake me up making growling sounds and flapping the teddy's arms around. But instead, since I had dumped him, he decided to sneak into the toy bear after we broke up. I loved to sleep cuddling the toy, and he knew it.
Alright, ignoring how freaky this guy is, can we take a second to think about? Alright, bear with me. How the hell did she not notice that there was a human being inside there? I mean, I get that she's a complete airhead, but you would think that some kind of thought process in her head would come up like, wow, I feel some bones and muscles in here instead of teddy bear fluff. That's pretty weird.
So one night, before I got into my room, he snuck into the teddy and waited for me to come home and fall asleep. He got me pregnant, using the teddy bear to be in my bed while I rested, and I never even realized what he was doing. Bran admitted in his text that he was doing all of this to get back at me.
Again, how the hell did she not notice anything? I mean, tell me guys, you think that you wouldn't notice if a teddy bear was boning you in the middle of the night? I don't know. Personally, I'm a deep sleeper, and I would for sure wake up. Are you kidding? Legit, anyone would wake up from that. I mean, the other alternative is that he slipped a little something into her drink. But you would imagine that if she thought this, then she would have reported it to the police immediately. Whatever, all of it is illogical. But I guess you can expect this from these types of channels.
He thought it was so funny. I'm so mad. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if I should tell Jon that the baby isn't his, because the explanation of how I actually got pregnant is so incredibly insane. What if he doesn't believe me, even if I show him the text?
Well, if he doesn't believe you when you show him the texts, then you should own up to being a cheating dirtbag.
I really need some advice. What should I do? Please tell me in the comments. What would you do if you were in my shoes?
Wow, what a great question. Well, if I was in your shoes, lady, I would be non-existent. Because, like I've said before, this video is almost certainly fake. Which means I've spent the last while overanalyzing something that was pointless to watch to begin with. So I know what you're thinking now. Who was your favorite character? Well, I'm glad you asked. My favorite character was this beautiful cat right here. You know, this fantastic creature, where its neck is unproportionally long and its head is detached from the rest of its body.
Please don't forget to subscribe.
No,